So we live in a system that basically we're told about for the most part. We didn't build it. They didn't ask any input. It's fine. A lot of us have productive, happy lives within that system. But as that system gets changed, people are starting to look at things really closely because a lot of these changes are not comfortable, and we didn't ask for them, and we don't want them for the most part. I can see that, and I just wanted to touch on something. This is kind of an introduction to 3 videos I'm going to make called "It's Time to Decide," and I don't even know why I title stuff, but it's just habit, I guess. This idea of the state being a necessity is something a lot of people are questioning. And if you just look at my state seal, if you've ever been to Colorado, it represents nothing about Colorado, and it represents everything about the people who own Colorado. So I was told that native indigenous people of this area didn't really have ownership names, and it wasn't because they didn't own land, because the land didn't belong to them. It belonged to Creator. And we can't necessarily go back that far and just magic wand everybody, but we can look at an institution like what we call the state, see what good it does and see what harm it does, and make a decision how we want to interact with it, and secondly, if we want to continue to have it. I think this place is a culmination of all of our desires and our ideas of life, and then we put them into action and we get these things. And we weren't consulted for most of it, like I said in the beginning of this, and we're not being consulted now. So that's part of why I wanted to make this. Also, wanted to say hello and thanks for watching. So I'm going to make a short video series. It should be 3 parts, and I'm doing 3 parts just because I get tongue-tied and I don't edit. So they should be short. We'll see how it goes. And I'm titling it, "It's Time to Decide," because I think with everything in life, we have decisions to make. And sometimes, most times, when we're presented with something, we'll make the decision instantaneously, and then it takes us time to mull over if we're going to activate that decision. At least that's how it works for me a lot. And then I'll think it over, I'll do pros and cons, and I almost always go with my first decision. So over the years, what I've done is I have bypassed all that other stuff, and I just make snap decisions now. And I don't worry about the pros and cons, and I don't make lists anymore. And for one, it's way more fun and a lot less stressful. So that might just be a little life hack for you. I don't know. So clearly, we can see where we're at. And I have made too many videos probably about where we're at. And all my live streams seem to talk about where we're at. And I know that's what people want to talk about. So that's kind of why we do that. But it's not hard to figure out what's going on out there. We've seen a lot of changes in a short period of time. The changes don't seem to be benefiting the average person in hardly any ways. And if your life's not been affected, then more power to you. I mean, there's no hating on that. The things that seem to be coming into play more and more every day, specifically, we look around this realm and you can see there's some serious lockdown and some serious tyranny going on in the UK, in Canada. Australia is hit here and there, but it doesn't look good. The US seems like it's on waiting for something before they go that way, but nonetheless, we all know what's happening. Humanity seems to be losing whatever liberty it had, and the systems that are coming into place, be it a system where you have to show something that you got something to jump on an airplane or eventually go to the supermarket, I think those times are still coming. And I don't want to cover each of those fully because we've talked about that at length. There's so much of it. And if you haven't seen that on this channel, go back and just click some videos from, say about January of last year, maybe. And we'll see what you get. So this is just kind of an introduction. We know where we're at. We may have some different views of exactly how it goes down, who's involved, what the game is, but the game is clearly afoot. So thank you for watching, and I should post the next one shortly.